Today we are reviewing for your test that is tomorrow, which is over sections 4-1 and 4-4. We're talking about ratios, rates, unit rates, and proportions. So we're starting with ratios, and there are 3 ways to write a ratio. The first way is a fraction. So whatever number comes first in your sentence is going to go on top of your fraction. And whatever number comes second is going to go second in your fraction. So there's another way to write a ratio, which is by using those little dots like that are on a clock. 12 to 18. And then there's one more way to write a ratio. Does anyone remember what it is? It's with actual words. You just use the little word 2, 12 to 18. So that's 3 ways that you can write the ratio for 12 wins to 18 losses. But on the test tomorrow, you're going to write it as a fraction. So this is the way that you need to know for the test. All right, so try number 2 and 3, writing them as a ratio in fraction form, and then we'll be right back to see if you got it right. So what is the ratio for number 2? 32 out of 89 students. How did you write it?
32 plus 89.
Awesome. 32 over 89, or 32 with a fraction bar and 89. Cameron, did you get that? Awesome. Okay, Cameron, tell me how you did number 3. 17 red roses to 23 pink roses.
12 to 30. Or 23.
Try that one more time.
17 to 23.
Okay, 17. Good. I like that she's using the term 17 to 23. Even though we're writing it as a fraction, we still say it as a ratio. Write the sentences down. Okay, so for this section, write the sentences down so you have some good notes. And we are doing unit rate. So it tells us we can get 30 nuggets for $16. So how much are we paying for 1 nugget? That's what they want to know. Okay, so 16 nuggets for 30, nope, I did that wrong. $16 for 30 nuggets. And they want to know how many dollars for 1 nugget.
1 nugget.
So let's cross multiply and find out. So that means I have 30x equals 16 times 1 is just 16. Now what do I have to divide by to get x alone? Oh, good, 30. And whatever I do to one side, I have to do the other. So now you people with the calculator handy, what is 16 divided by 30? We found out that 16 divided by 30 is 0.533, and we rounded 2 places after the decimal because we're talking about money. So we need it to look like money. So 53 cents per nugget. That's the price per nugget. That's our unit rate. So for number 5, if I drove 472 miles in 7 hours, how many miles did I drive in 1 hour? Okay, and when you're doing unit rates, you want to write your units because you need to make sure that they're lined up. Miles and miles have to be on the top, and hours have to be on the bottom. So let's solve this one yourself and then I'll be right back and you can see if you got the right answer. Okay, so we got 67.4, and remember we're talking about miles. So they can travel 67.4 miles in 1 hour. And the last one says 5 pounds of gummy bears. I'm going to fix this because it's messy. For $10. So I want to know how much 1 pound of gummy bears cost. So let's set that up. 5 pounds over $10. And I would like to know how much 1 pound costs. Don't know how much, so I'm using X. So cross multiply, solve that, and see what you get. So we cross multiplied, we got 5x equals 10, divided both sides by 5, and we got x equals 2. 2 what? What are we talking about here? What's our unit? $2 is what we're talking about. So $2 per pound. All right, so now we're talking about, do these two ratios form a proportion? And remember, you know it's a proportion if the two sides equal each other. So to tell if two ratios form a proportion, we're going to cross multiply. If the numbers on both sides match, then they're a proportion. If they don't match, then it's not a proportion. So what is 2 times 12?
24.
Ooh, that was fast. And what is 3 times 8?
24.
Ooh, so do these two numbers equal each other?
Yes.
Yes, these ratios are a proportion. That was awesome. Okay, so for the next one, cross multiply. What is 3 times 14?
36.
No,
It's not.
42.
42. Oh,
You were close.
that's close.
And what is 5 times 9?
45.
45. Do those two numbers equal each other? No. Remember, do the equal sign with the line through it. That means they do not equal each other. And write a big no. And the last one, do by yourself. And we will be right back to see if you got it right.
36.
No, you keep saying that.
36. Wait, what? We're calculating.
42. 3 times 14 is 42. You might have typed in 3 times 12
Oh,
because that's 36.
yeah.
And what is 7 times 6?
42.
42. Do these two numbers equal each other?
Yeah.
Yes, they form a proportion. So there's some of these on your test, and then we have one more section and we're done. The last section is on solving proportions. So when I have 3 numbers in the proportions, but I'm missing 1, how do I find the missing number, girls?
Don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You times the top 2 quarters. Like an
Yes.
X.
Make your X and cross multiply. So what is 44 times 5?
I don't know. I didn't. But I did it.
Is 220. And what is P times 11?
P times 11 is 11.
11 what? 11P.
P.
Right? We just write the variable next to it. And then what do I do to get the P alone?
You cross it out.
I gotta do something first. What do I do to get the P alone?
So to get the P1, you do 200 times 11.
I do what?
220 times 11.
Divided by, there you go. So I'm going to divide both sides by what is next to my variable, which is 11. And these cancel out. And 220 divided by 11
is 20.
Oh, it's an even number. It's 20. So the answer to our missing number is 20. I want you to try number 11 by yourself. Pause the video, and then we'll be right back to see if you did it the right way. Okay, so we cross multiplied. We got 39x equals 234. We divided both sides by what is next to the variable, which is 39. And then we got x equals 6. And that is all the things that will be on your test tomorrow. You have an IXL to practice now, and you'll be awesome and prepared. Let me know if you have any questions.